Hello and welcome to Obsessive Audio. Waves have just committed the latest and perhaps biggest blunder in the entire history of the audio plugin market. This week, Waves changed their sales model, and their plugins will only be available via subscription. No more sales of individual plugins, and no more perpetual licenses. As of right now, this means that perpetual license holders can no longer update their investment in Waves products without paying monthly or yearly subscriptions. The audio community has overwhelmingly reacted negatively to this move. Over decades, Waves have accumulated a massive user base, who individually have invested hundreds, if not thousands over the years, buying perpetual licenses. So what are all of these perpetual license holders going to do now when Waves is forcing them into a subscription in order to update products they've already paid for? Now, Waves users have already suffered the company's policies before. Waves update plan, anyone? Need to run another instance on your laptop? Give us more money. Your OS got updated? Give us more money. We've all been whooped before, but this move is the biggest wallop of all, and indeed the audio community is seeing this as the biggest slap in the face possibly ever. What were you thinking, Waves? Didn't you see what happened with Avid? Speaking of Avid, it's worth noting here that Waves were among the first successful plugin companies, very early on growing pretty much alongside then Digitizen Pro Tools. So the mindset back then and now was always about locking users into pseudo-forced or just plain forced updates. That's a level of entitlement that's probably better suited to authoritarian regimes than a company trying to project an image of success in creative fields. And speaking of the image of success, this is a company that has featured the entire who's who of audio engineers and producers hawking their products. Now, I wonder how these professionals feel about this new move by Waves. I wonder how many of them will be speaking up about this. Probably not many. So, while I add my own contribution to the steaming shit heap of well-deserved criticism, I think it's more interesting to take note of who out there in Watch Me Land doesn't mention it. Even more interesting is the unlikely possibility that someone goes on the air trying to defend this nonsense. That would be a real treat. I gotta say, this is something that takes away a lot of the already dwindling fun and novelty of plugins. I've got a few companies that I really like. I'm happy to sing their praises any day of the week. I also have a general rule about not slagging products. Typically, if I don't like it, I just won't talk about it. But no company, with the possible exception of Avid, has made such a tone-deaf move affecting so many users. And the users aren't just mad, they're pissed. They started a thread on good old Gearspace about a possible class action lawsuit, which Gearspace promptly deleted. Now, I'm not trying to make a free speech argument here. It's Gearspace. They own it. They make the rules. But I will say that this is certainly not the first time I've seen Gearspace do something to make me think that they prioritize their advertising business over what their users have to say. It's hard to predict the long-term effects of how this asinine decision by Waves is going to affect its long-term users. But I suspect the answers will eventually be found in Waves Central, located in the heart of Garbage Island, snuggled in the foothills of Bullshit Mountain. It's not hard to find. Just look for the massive tire fire. It's visible from space. This is one fire that Waves are simply not going to be able to put out anytime soon. It's quite possible that Waves will somehow try to walk this back, that they'll come up with some kind of afterthought solution for their most loyal customers. But right now, we're left with smoke and mirrors. I say choke on it, Waves. You've earned it.